Hi, and welcome to the Paul and Mary Jo Show.
I'm Paul Perdue, and I am the infrastructure nerd.
And I'm Mary Jo Boyd, and I'm the legal technologist. Today we're going to talk about trust money, IOLTA accounts, all that money that we cannot commingle with our regular funds, and we have to have a way to keep track of all that.
One of the biggest problems lawyers have with their state or local bar associations is just that. They get into trouble with the trust account money.
Luckily, Tabs3 has a module for that, our trust accounting module, and we can show you how to keep track of all of that money and keep it straight in your books.
Can you give us a quick overview of that?
I would love to. So the good people at Software Technology have added on a trust account module. It has been with the program for quite a while, but a lot of our clients don't know about it, or they don't think that they need it. Keeping track of IOLTA money is a delicate procedure. We need to make sure we account for every single penny that we're holding in trust for our clients so that we can abide by any of the local laws and rules and regulations that govern your IOLTA account. Now those vary from state to state, so you're going to have to check those. But this module gives you the opportunity to put all of those monies into individual matters and keep track of the money in and out at a matter level, which is awesome. So it does integrate fully with Trust and Tabs, so both of those two modules go together. If you enter a client in Tabs, that client is instantly in Trust waiting to see if it needs a trust account. If you open one in Trust, it'll open up a matter in Tabs. They're synced completely, integrated completely. So just a quick overview is what I'm going to cover today to show you how easy it is to keep track of that money and get reports and all of those things. So in the trust module, which I have open now, we have a trust accounts icon and a trust transaction icons. Those two things are going to be the two places that you are in most often to keep track of the money. Trust accounts is where you're going to actually set up a trust account for a client matter. So if I open this, I have a search bar just like I do in any of our programs, so you can start typing in the name or the number, or you can do the drop down to see which case that you do want to open a trust for. I'll open this a little bigger so that we can see. One thing I want you to make note of, we can keep track of different bank accounts. So you may have more than one IOLTA account that you're depositing money in. I think I have one firm that has like 10 different IOLTA accounts at banks that they keep track of different types of money in. You may only have one, you might have two. It just varies firm to firm. So you create different bank accounts based on that. So if you only have one, you're only going to have a bank account number one. In my example here, we do have a second one that we do have opened up as well. So we have two different IOLTA accounts that we're keeping track of. This list also shows some of these clients just have tabs in front of them. What that means is this client is open in tabs, but I haven't assigned an actual trust account to that particular matter. Maybe this matter doesn't have one. So this is how you can see on the list if you've already got a bank account set up or if it's still sitting in tabs waiting for one to be set up. It's not going to automatically set up a bank account in IOLTA because not all clients need it. So if I want to add a new bank account or trust account for a client that I have in tabs already, all you have to do is find them on the list and choose that one. So let's go with Peterson Insurance, and I'm going to go with the 200.02 matter. And I'm just going to bring it up, and I have a little new over here, and then I have all the information that was entered in tabs. It automatically fills that in for me. So then all I have to do is save that, and I now have opened a trust account for that client in the module. It's that easy. I'm just searching for the client I've already entered in tabs, and I'm saying okay, and saving it. It's opened. So now I can put money in and out of that trust account to keep track of it. That happens over here in Trust Transactions. When I click on that icon, I again can search for that particular matter. Everything is matter-centric, and I can do a deposit. So I'm going to just use our new one that we just opened, the Peterson Insurance. I'm going to hit my tab key, and I opened it for bank account number one, tab through my reference. I have some options here that I can put money in and out. When I'm putting money in, it's always a deposit. Taking money out, I can do a check, a credit card, or an EFT. If I had put some checks through my printer and I accidentally printed on a check when I didn't mean to and I have to avoid that check, I could actually enter that in here as well as a voided check if I wanted to. But that's pretty rare. So the things that you're going to use to put money in, we're going to do deposit. We're going to tab through to the date. This is test data, so I'm just going to leave it at 11/17. And I'm going to put in $1,000. I can give the deposit a description. I could just say, from client, or, client retainer, or whatever that would be for that particular client, whatever description I want, or I can leave it blank. It's a deposit, so whatever you want to put in there. If I can spell correctly, that would be good. Client, retainer, there we go. All right, and I'm going to save that. And so now it pops down here below showing that I have $1,000 in that client's trust account. Now, if I want to take money out of this account, let's say that I get a settlement in, and this was a $25,000 settlement, and I need to disperse that money out to different things. One part of it might be for the firm. Another part might be to pay, medical providers, all kinds of different things. I can disperse that settlement out. The program also has a built-in Tabs integration here so that I can create a payment that will go back to Tabs and post on that client's bill to reduce the attorney fees, and then I can cut my checks to other places as needed. So to do that, I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to change this to be a check. And the check number here is going to be left blank when I go to actually print the checks, because we have that capability in the IOLTA module here in the Tabs Trust module to print checks out of this program. So you can order checks that fit with this, and you can print them right out of here. So I'm going to leave the date there, and I'm going to say $500 is going to go to, let's say it's for the attorney fees. And then my payee, we can build this list of payees in here, but we have a little trick to tell Trust that we want to pay Tabs and make a payment over there. And that's making it out to a payee called firm. We create a payee that's called firm with our firm address in it. When it prints the check, it's actually going to put our firm name as we've defined it on the check. But that code of firm is going to tell it that this is going to be a Tabs payment. This is going directly over to Tabs, and I want you to make a payment, list a payment over there under this matter. It is matter to matter, so that's going to put the payment under 200.02, and I have this little tab up here. If I click on that to verify that I do want a regular payment to go over to Tabs of $500, and I save it, I see now that it's unpaid and it's ready to be printed. Now, just like in our accounts payable program, you can go out to print checks, and I'll reduce this just a little bit and show you our task folders. We have a print checks here, and we can choose which checks we want to print out, and we can print those, and then it would put in that check number. We don't have to post any checks or anything like that in Trust. But here, if I go back to my main list, I also can double click on that, and I can click on this little check up here and just print this, it's like a quick print. So if I print that, and I'll pick my printer here, and I'll pretend I have a check in there, and I'll say okay, and if I print that, it's going to look at whatever the next available check number is, and I can verify that, and I can change it if necessary, and I can say okay. And we're not going to worry about the test pattern. And as it prints, you'll see that it will put the check number down here, and now that check is actually a check that has been printed out, and it's going to post over into Tabs. So if I look at Tabs for the client number 200.02, and I don't know if they have a balance, so I'm not sure what it's going to show over here, but I just want you to know that over here in Client Manager, if I put in 200.02, I'm going to see in my payments my $500 payment. This is the one that came over from Trust right here. So it instantly posted it as soon as I printed that check from Trust into Tabs. So I eliminated a whole step there by just printing it out and putting it in the system that way. If this were just to any other, a court or, like I said, a medical provider, you can start building this payee list, and you can put that in there, and you can have that payee and build it, or you can add it to the list, or you can just have a one-time, it doesn't matter, and you can print those checks out and disperse any remaining money there. You also have the ability to reconcile in this program. So if we go over here to our checks deposit screen, we have a separate reconciliation. So again, none of this has to hit my general ledger, my income statement. It's completely a separate location for this money and keeping track of it, which is exactly what we want to do. We also can print off a report of our trust account list. I love this report because it gives me a quick view of every trust matter and how much money is in each one. So in this case, I have Peterson Insurance. There's $500 balance left. I have Kelly White. She's got $875. There's all kinds of. This can be different attorneys for different pages or different bank accounts for different pages. You can sort this in a variety of ways, but it gives me a listing, and I know exactly how much should be in that bank account at all times, every penny. So it's a great way to just keep track of that and keep everything straight so that you can abide by any rules and regulations. So there you have it, the trust accounting module in a nutshell.
And that's just one more way that we can help you to worry less
And practice more.